All right, SM3. So what I wanted to do really quickly was go over what's coming up. So first of all, I have right here Unit 2B uploaded, or at least the first two lessons of Unit 2B. So if you click in here, this is a lesson for 2.1/2.2. So these are so just FYI that this 2.1, 2.2 counts as one lesson. It's not going to be two lessons because we're covering two lessons a week. So this next week, these are the two lessons right here, 2.1/2.2 and 2.5. Just 2.1, there won't be any homework for 2.1. It's just something that we're going to briefly cover, but pretty much 2.1 and 2.2 are the same. But so I'll cover the notes in 2.1 video. That's why they're there, but they're really just the same as 2.2. But in any case, so next week when you come to class, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.5, that's what we're covering. So those are the first two lessons in the unit. The third lesson is 2.6. I'll have that video up soon, but just know that these are going to be the only three for this unit. So this unit is going to be very short, and the test is going to come really fast. So just know that it's coming fast, but there's not going to be a whole lot of content on it. So just know that. All right. And so I forgot to give these notes out to my first half of the fourth period. So I apologize for that. But so if you didn't get those, if I forgot, please come by class on like Monday and grab them from me. Or you can come to Unit 2B here and you can download the notes here and print them off. Okay. And this goes for the home students as well. For those who are at home, this is how you can get to them. Okay, so there's that. There's the next unit coming up. Next is the quizzes or the test. So if you come down here to quizzes, you'll see our first test. So this is test unit 2A, okay? So all you got to do is click on here and then take the quiz. So it's going to be due Sunday night at midnight. It's 66 points, 10 questions. There's going to be 2 eliminations, 2 substitutions, 2 multiple choice, 2 free response, and 2 linear optimization. And I'm giving you 2 hours to work on it, okay? 2 hours. I think that should be more than enough time for anybody to work on that. That's a lot of time for that. Let's go back to quizzes because you'll notice here that I have a practice test, okay? So I created this practice test as to mirror what you should expect in the test. So this is what your test questions should look like. Obviously, they're not going to be the same questions. They'll be different questions, but this is what your test questions will look like on your test, okay? So for eliminations, you'll come in here and you'll type in your answers like this. -3, 2, 5, something like that. So this is going to be your x value, your y, and your z. So you're going to solve this by elimination, and then you're going to find your x, your y, and your z and plug it in like that. Okay, so I have 3 practice elimination problems. And then I have 3 substitution practice problems. And it's the same thing. You solve through substitution, right? And then you come in here and you just type in your answers right here, something like that. And that's all you gotta type in, your x, your y, and your z value. Remember that x, y, and z. Okay, so this is what your multiple choice is going to look like. You're going to be given 2 equations like this, and then you have to pick which of these 4 represent this system of inequalities. Okay, so use try to eliminate possibilities. Use this is greater than and this is less than. Nothing's equal to, so you should just have 2 dotted lines, right? So be smart about it. Try and eliminate your possibilities and narrow your answers down. So again, there's going to be 2 questions like this on the test. And then this is your free response question. So you're going to see 2 free response questions like this. And what you have to do here is you have 3 inequalities, okay? There's 3 lines, 3 inequalities. And the free response is to type in what the equation is. So you can type it in slope-intercept form. So you could say like y is greater than x, or x plus 9 or something like that. If you have a solid line, you should write it like this: x is greater than or equal to, or less than and equal to. So that's what your equation should look like. So you should be listing out 3 total answers right there. That's your free response, okay? Question 10 is your linear optimization one. So you'll have 2 of these on the test as well. So what you're going to do is, here it's labeled 1, 2, and 3. So that's the vertices, okay? So this is your vertice 1, vertice 2, vertice 3, or point 1, point 2, and point 3, okay? So what it wants you to do is list the coordinate for that vertice. So here it's 2 and 5. So you go up here, 2 and 5. So that's what you got to do. List the x and y value for the vertice for all 3 points, okay? And then scroll down a little bit, and there's a second half to this question. It says, if the function we are trying to find the maximum/minimum value of is f of x comma y is equal to 2x minus y, then what is the max value, or what's the point of the max value, what is the max value, the point of the minimum, and the minimum value. Just something to note that this is interchangeably used for z, so you can just think of that as z equals 2x minus y. So don't let that f of x comma y throw you off, okay? So what you need to do for this is you take these vertices right here, this x and y value for each point, you plug it into these equations right here. So you'll have a z value for point 1, point 2, and point 3, okay? And so then once you find what those values are, there's going to be the highest and a lowest value. For the highest value, it's at 1, 2, or 3, okay? So you'll say at which point the highest value occurs at. So it could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3, okay? So that's what you'll do. That's the same for this one right here. It could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3 for your minimum point, okay? And then here, it's asking for that max value. So if you find that the maximum value is at 2 or something like that, and then you find, and once you plug in those x and y values for point 2 here, and then you get something like 800, that's your max value, right? Something like that, if that's the highest one of the 3. And then for the lowest one, you could say if it's at 1, and then you plug in your values for point 1, and if you get a lowest value of the 3 at, like, I don't know, -9 or something like that, that's what your answer should look like here, okay? So really not that bad of a question. 10 questions. Remember 2 of each of what I just explained. Okay, last thing I want to talk about right here, if you go to assignments, scroll down. Okay, right here, test a file upload only. Okay, if you click on this, this isn't going to be a graded assignment, but what you want to do, if you wrote down your work, you can attach your photos here of your work, and you can submit them to me, and I can give you partial credit. So if you miss a question, you can still get some credit for it if you take a good photo and upload it here, and I can look at your work and see that you gave it a good, honest attempt. I can give you some partial credit, okay? So that should cover everything that you need to know for the test and what's coming up next week. All right, so make sure you guys email me with any questions, and good luck on the test. I know you'll do good, and I'll see you in class.